Cool, so last time when I left off with Sean, built like a bare bones app for the Soul Mace. I fixed it a little bit on my own. So now that I have the website working, there was never any design done on it, which is why I brought G over here, because he is a professional designer. I was hoping to get a little bit of advice on what I might be able to do with the website.
I'm Gerald, I'm a product designer. I currently work at Lyft. The product design, it's kind of like UX, UI, so it's like user experience and user interface, basically designing software, apps, mobile apps, web apps. My background is in industrial design, so that's designing physical products, but a lot of the same design process and principles applies whether you're designing a camera, website, or new smartphone. So I'll hopefully have some good feedback for you.
So the idea, this was inspired by something called 222 and time left. Things that they match you on. But the idea is they match you with like 5 other people and you guys get dinner together. After dinner, your group goes to a second location. It might be like another bar or something. 10 other groups who also just had dinner, all coalesce here.
Okay.
So I like this because for a lot of people it's kind of opt to go to like a party by themselves. But this way, through the dinner, you have like your group of friends. Now you go to the big party with like these people you have closer connections with.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something similar to that, but very musical focused.
Yeah.
So the insight for me is music is the shortest path to the soul. My hypothesis is that if you want to know who you resonate with the best as people, then it's just whoever has the most overlapping music taste for you. So this is built around that concept. You create an account with Spotify or Apple Music. But right now it's only Spotify. You get matched with people near you with the most similar music taste.
Yeah.
And so the first activity, I was thinking it could be dinner, it could be maybe an escape room. The second activity is always going to be a music concert. I want to prioritize people who have a wide range of musical tastes. And so that 2-hour concert would be like 15 minutes of rock, 15 minutes of hip hop. The idea is like, it's almost like a mini music festival where you're going through hella different genres. And then I might insert myself in one of those as well. So that's kind of the overall idea.
Yeah, I love the insight that you got from the organization you were with before of like the problem that was solving of, hey, you go to a party by yourself, like obviously people want to meet people, but it's awkward if you don't have already like a connection with people there. So it sounds like the problem that was solving was like, hey, we can like create this connection between this smaller group of people at a dinner before you go to this party and be more social. And it sounds like you're trying to do a similar thing here, and that connection is like music.
Yes.
Right?
I think the right move is to go all in on music taste.
Okay.
Don't care about anything else.
Okay.
Because it's not about dating, this is about community building.
Yeah, that's good. So the reason I'm asking is because basically with product design, like 3 different levels.
Okay.
Right? And the first is like, make sure you're building the right thing that has like value. And the level under that is like, make sure that it's like easy for people to use. The level before that's like, okay, what does it look like? What does it feel like that?
Okay.
So the reason I'm like asking these questions is to kind of understand what's the problem that this is solving.
So it's almost like, I think for this web app, it's almost like it's a filter for people with a very narrow music taste.
Like, I love the idea of like getting people with a wide array of music taste and having an event like that. I'm trying to understand like if a filter through a web app is even needed to do that, right? Like if you throw an event that has 7 different artists of 7 different genres, that itself says it's a wide music, and so people are gonna self-select that already have a wide music taste to go to that event in the first place. Or you could even just have a flyer that says, hey, you like rap, hip hop, R&B, blah, blah, all of it. Yeah, we got events for you.
And that makes it so much easier.
Exactly. Like building products, like it needs to solve a problem that it can like only be solved like with the product. So that's why I'm trying to like ask these questions to understand like what's the why behind why you're doing this, what's the problem you're trying to solve, to make sure that like that first layer of like, okay, we're building something with value is actually there.
Okay, this is very helpful because when I came into this, I was thinking, all right, G's gonna help me redesign this. Yeah, make this look pretty. It's like, no, right now we're questioning, does this even need to exist?
90% of my job, trying to get product managers, engineers, leadership team that all have like these ideas of like how to do shit to like really think behind what are we solving for our users? How is that connected in the best way to what the business wants? And then what do we do with that?
I'm thinking about the user experience now, right? So if someone, when they go, if they hear about the event, then the only step they need to take is pay and they show up. Versus if they hear about this, they need to sign up, sign in with Spotify, click upcoming events, figure out the user interface, register, put in their credit card information, and then actually, I don't need a web app. But I do want to match people based on music taste. then would that make more sense to have an application for?
What do you think? Yeah. No, this thinking is good. This is literally design thinking. You're working through the problem. You're not just like, I have an idea. Boom, build it.
So you're thinking a lot about like people's psychology though?
Absolutely.
Soulmates, it's time to pivot this then.
Yeah. Basically, the design process is double diamond, basically. At the beginning, are discovering.
Like it's a double diamond.
Yeah. What is like out of 50 problems we may discover, what's the one that I am most interested in solving or most capable of solving? That's where like generative user research comes into play. Second diamond comes in of like, okay, now that we have like a really good understanding of like the right problem to solve that's like within our wheelhouse, now instead of just like going directly to building solution, you gotta like test 50 million different things. You gotta come up with 100 different ideas on how to solve that.
Okay, I got you. Discover process is to like learn more about if that's true or not. Based on all that, I might learn other things too. That might be another problem.
Yeah.
And so after I've learned about all this random crap, I want to narrow down to one thing that I think is that I'm motivated by, that I think is important enough to like go after. Once we lock that in here, then it's, well, there's a billion different ways to approach this, which we were talking about, right? You could create this convoluted web app, or you could just like put up a flyer and sell some tickets.
Yeah, because AI makes it so much easier to create things, there's gonna be a lot more people in that last part of the diamond that are just like creating shit super easy, super fast. Doing this will make it more likely that what you build is successful. AI makes this process a lot faster and easier to do anyway. So you start by asking Claude, okay, like I have this hypothesis that, well, actually I'll just tell it everything. Like, hey, look, I'm like starting this project, I have this idea. This is kind of like space I'm interested in learning about, like how to connect with your music taste. Give me a bunch of like data and research to help me understand this area better, and then see what it comes up with. Is like understand the why. That answer is ask why again, and then ask why one more time to really get at the root of like, oh, like this is why that is so effective.
Your assumptions are built on rock solid.
Exactly.
That's built on rock solid.
Exactly.
But then what came before the universe? Eventually you're gonna hit that moment.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think the next steps is pretty straightforward for me. I gotta do a lot of research, talk to a lot of people, read a lot of stuff, and then if all of those still align with my initial hypothesis, then I can move forward with building an application, but with more confidence, a deeper understanding of exactly the problem I'm solving, which really informs the user experience I'm looking for, the UI follows.
100%.
Well,
Yeah.
appreciate it, G. That's it. Catch you guys on the next one.